All right, hello. Testing, 1, 2. Okay, sweet.
No.
And that means the only other one that has one is like 30 minutes away from me, which sucks. And I don't want to drive out there, but I may have to. But
All,
like,
all right,
eh.
what happened?
I got a broken bird.
A broken bird.
It was a
Yeah, it
transformer.
was a transformer.
Oh, I was about to say, it's like, did you get a pet? Did I miss
No,
something?
if I had a bird, I probably would break it because I don't really take care of birds, but I can take care of a cat. But
Oh, oh God.
well, I've been like Transformers collecting again, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was trying to get, I was buying the Terrorcons, and I bought one of them that transforms into a bird, and it was brand new, new in box, everything. And we opened it up, and I found out it was defective because the bottom beak was missing.
Oh,
So I got to bring it back tomorrow and go through the headache, which sucks because I want to get all five of these to form Abominus. Because besides having an amazing name, it looks really cool.
I'm gonna pretend like I know what that is. But anyway, I should probably introduce ourselves. But anyway, hi, hello. I hope you're all having a good evening. I go by Preacher or Preacher if you're God, if you want to be specific about it. Welcome to my show, The Gospel Truth. Don't tell Disney about it. Anyway, if you're new here, returning, basically, this is a podcast I do on a monthly basis or semi-monthly basis sometimes. Me and a bunch of guests just get together, shoot the shit, talk about things going on in the gaming world and beyond. That's my introduction. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Ariel, also Huggable Hipster. I'm a game reviewer. I like coffee, and I have been up really early today. That's my introduction.
Beautiful.
Hi, I'm Jules, otherwise known as Iksa1, and I do movie. Lots of movie. Actually, made my first movie recently. Um, and I talk about a lot of movies and anime and robot stuff on here.
Nice.
Robots are cool.
But yeah, both of these lovely people have been, well, they're essentially my co-hosts at this point. Like I can't think of many shows I've done without these two, and I wouldn't have it any other way. They're both amazing people. I highly suggest checking out their stuff. Uh, I'll put it somewhere. I kind of forgot to do that. I'll put links you can check out somewhere. And speaking of links, I also want to take a moment to just like point out well, I guess this is sort of a first topic, but this is mainly more of a PSA. Recently there's just been a string of like increased xenophobia around the place. Well, at least in the States there has been. That shit's horrible. I If you can, I highly suggest like donating towards stopping it, or at the very least just like stand with people against it, because just, well, hate crimes aren't okay, no matter what race they're aimed at, and what's going on with that is just really sad. uh
Exactly.
yeah,
I just want to know how difficult it is to not be an asshole.
very difficult,
Honestly, though,
very difficult. But anyway, there's a link to a GoFundMe. If you can't donate, at least just like spread the word, or just stand against it. Like that's the very least you can do, is just be like, hey, this sort of shit is not okay, because it's not. Hatred has no place in this world, really.
Yep.
But other than that, I just wanted to get that out of the way. But yeah, I don't really have a set topic or two tonight. I didn't really plan on having topics. I really just wanted to do like a grab bag sort of thing, chill out, because March has been rough for me anyway. I can't say the same for you guys. I hope it hasn't been too rough for you guys, because I mean, we are still in the middle of a Panera,
Yes.
this
unfortunately.
Panera tastes good.
The panorama has been pretty crazy.
Yeah, not everyone's vaccinated yet either. But I mean, we're getting there, I guess.
It's one of those things where like I can't get vaccinated, so everyone needs to get vaccinated.
Oh, yeah, health complications, love it. By the way,
Uh,
another PSA: if you're having any like audio issues, like please feel free to speak up about it, because that happens because technology. But anyway,
Is
so
it any wonder people are so afraid of technology?
yes. But anyway, what have you two been up to?
if you want, you can go first.
Oh, I've just been working a lot of work. Of course, weirdly, I've never really toy collected before, but now I've started to since my roommate got me really into Transformers. Like I was a casual fan when I was younger, and Transformers the movie from '86 is one of my favorite films of all time. So much so I can reenact the whole thing. I know the whole movie by heart, scene for scene, line for line, song for song. It's really embarrassing, but I could do the whole thing, and so much so, and I realized that this year they were putting out a lot of anniversary toys for the movie. It's like this year was geared towards me and my love for my two favorite series, Beast Wars and the movie. So I bought just about the entire movie cast and most of the Beast Wars cast that have come out. And like, unfortunately, scalpers suck and they like to pick off toys really early.
No,
But
yeah.
if you can get to them in time, there's some really good ones out. And I even bought a whole new shelf just for them, and I'm having fun. And yeah, and I've also just been watching anime because that's cool.
Yeah, scalpers. Honestly, if you scalp things, I hope you buy like a 500-piece Lego set, spill the Legos on the floor, and step on each of them individually. Please,
Yep.
just ruin. Remember when they were saying like scalpers are like, quote unquote doing a service when they're just ruining it for everyone else?
Yeah, like I'm glad I got Bumblebee when I did the G1 one, but now like that toy is like $13. Fine, that's manageable. Now it's like 40 because of scalpers.
Yeah, because it's just like it's not just figurines. It's like there's considering the state of the world, like people are just scalping everything. It's like you all, well, if you care about gaming at all, it's impossible to get the next gen consoles. Still, like how long has it been? Like half a year later,
Yep.
it's still hard to get a PS5 or just
Unless you
it.
want to pay $1,000.
Yeah,
Honestly,
no.
though,
And the funny thing is that the okay, we can kind of just make this our first topic. Like, as far as like next gen, it's like I don't get why people are such in a rush to like forfeit the not the I won't even say last generation. I'll still say the current generation because no one can get their hands on the new consoles unless you have that kind of clout.
Yep. Or unless you get like, yeah, you'll see if someone is gonna fucking send it to you.
Yeah, because like so many, I don't get the thought process why so many devs are in a rush to just make everything like Xbox One X exclusive or PS5 exclusive. Like, even with that Sony State of Play last month, they said the Final Fantasy VII Remake DLC is gonna be PS5 exclusives. Like, why though? Especially when most people got the remake on PS4.
Yeah, I don't really know anyone who has it on PS5. Like, fuck off, Sony.
I think that's more of a Square decision, but I don't know.
Fuck off, Square.
Because I mean, it's like if there's one fan base you don't want to piss off, it's Final Fantasy fans, especially Seven fans. They're the most rabid of the bunch.
you know it's funny that you bring that up because I don't know if you saw my Twitter, but I legit just got my first ever Final Fantasy game,
Oh
and I'm
yeah,
going to be.
you're delving down that rabbit hole. You said you started with 15.
Yeah, I just got 15 in the mail, and I'm really excited to go into it.
When I first saw it, I read it as 14. It's like, really? I didn't figure you for an MMO person. But it's like, no, I'm just stupid.
No, you're not.
14's the only one I've ever really tried, and like, cause my friend made me, and I didn't like it.
I
I
love
don't like those
14.
kinds.
I just need to get back into it because, money.
Yep. Video games already aren't my thing super much, and then like I know blasphemous, but I do enjoy
How
games.
dare
Don't get
you?
me wrong. There are plenty of games I enjoy, but like most games, like big story driven games, I'd rather just watch a movie. So it's like
That's
whenever I
perfectly
get those
fair.
whenever I get those things, it's like I just want to watch it. I don't want to play this anymore. Which I know is like the exact opposite reaction of a lot of people, but
But yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoy Final Fantasy 15 and maybe could delve deeper into that rabbit hole as deep as it gets. I can always make some recommendations, even though I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy person. I'm just not a big RPG person in general, really. But even I can't deny the impact it's had.
Yeah, it's interesting because when I looked into it, just the massive following that Final Fantasy has, it's overwhelming. I'm like, what? Some of these games don't even go in a linear story, and that's the only thing that's bothering me so far.
Well, I mean, none of the Final Fantasy games link to each other unless it's like a direct sequel. And when I say direct sequel, I don't mean going from 1 to 2. I mean going from like 4 to like 4 the after years. And then going back to Final Fantasy VII, that whole timeline gets extremely convoluted because there's not only games involved, there's movies too.
Oh wow!
Yep.
Yeah, because the original sequel to Final Fantasy VII wasn't a game; it was a movie. Advent
Advent Children.
Children, don't watch it, please. It's
It's weird.
not
'Cause
okay. The fight scenes are cool, but that's the only thing I can. That's the only compliment I can give it.
all I know is like I know all the Final Fantasy VII like hardcore stans love that movie.
Yeah, no, Advent Children's not good, but like the fight scenes are okay, and then
It's because they do the things they
and then
like.
even outside of that, you have Before Crisis, Dirge of Cerberus, Crisis Core. We're about to have a freaking battle royale. Just this cow will not never. This cow will keep be milked until the end of time. Also, words are hard. But no, I don't know how old school you plan on going, but my personal favorites are 4, 6, 7, and 9. I know I was just bashing 7, but like the original game still holds up.
Yeah, I plan on going like all out and playing every single Final Fantasy. To be honest with you, because I want to see how
All of them?
Yep.
Oh man, even I wouldn't recommend that. There's
Even Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. I played that. Okay, let me rephrase that. I played that. There we go. That's my first Final Fantasy game. Was Theater Rhythm.
even all the mainline Final Fantasy games I wouldn't recommend because not all of them are good. Because like, well, I mean, there's the first game, but if you're gonna play the original, play one of the ports of it or the remakes. Because the original on the NES is broken. Like, I mean that literally. Like, half the things in that game don't work as intended, if at all.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, like half the magic doesn't work. The other half of the magic does the opposite of what it's supposed to. Thief doesn't work as a class. It's busted. Oh yeah, Nocturnal brings up a good point. I mean, if you're into strategy RPGs, tactics is good. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
Final Fantasy 2 has a stupid battle system. Get used to that if you plan on playing all the games, because a lot of games have that. I'm gonna piss some people off. I don't like 8. I don't like 13 either. Any of them.
Damn.
Oof.
Look, man, Final Fantasy 13 story is so blasphemous, even for Final Fantasy standards. Like, I don't know how anyone can enjoy that mess. Plus, the battle system is one of the worst. I'd say it's the second worst out of the series, and that's only because I hate junctioning from 8 more.
Damn.
But let's not get into that. Well, we're gonna keep it positive for now, even though we were just talking about how scalpers suck.
Scalpers are the worst and could go die.
And you know the worst one is like it's all the PC parts. Like people are scalping that, and it sucks because I've been trying to look to upgrade, but even the outdated cards are going for just ridiculous prices. Like how? Why?
What I don't understand is that not only are those being scalped, but you know it's also being scalped oddly enough, and this has nothing to do with gaming, but it's something that was a part of my childhood, and it's
Pokemon
pissing me
cards?
off. No, not just that.
Oh.
Polly Pockets for some odd reason.
That's huh. That why?
I don't know. I don't know why people like little tiny pieces of shit. Like I don't get it.
But yeah, Pokemon cards are also a hot commodity. People are going
Oh Jesus.
damn crazy for those.
So when I was Transformers hunting, I had a friend who collects Pokemon, and he told me like, "Hey, could you be on the lookout for Pokemon cards?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And every time I go in, they were cleared out. Like
Exactly.
5 times I went in, and it's like, holy shit.
You remember when
And then my
McDonald's was
favorite is-
doing that anniversary promo and they were giving out cards and Happy Meals? People were literally going there buying freaking hundreds of Happy Meals just for those cards. Like, really?
Or my favorite is they knew people who worked like or like were shipping the cards, so they bought bulk boxes of the cards before they even made it out. Or
That's just-
or from McDonald's itself. Like they would just
That-
buy the boxes.
That's just an extra level of mean. Like people
and
really
then
just
resell all of them.
people really just going out here and saying fuck them kids, fuck all
No,
the
my favorite
kids.
is the new Mechagodzilla from Godzilla vs Kong. That they finally made a toy of it from Playmates, and that's kind of how it got spoiled for the movie. I'm not spoiling anything. He's in the trailer. If
Was
you're
he?
surprised that Mechagodzilla is gonna be in Godzilla vs Kong, he's in the trailer.
Well, I mean, 4 days, so you know.
4 days. Like if you don't know this by now and you haven't been around and saw the toy, like it exists. He's in the movie. I'm sorry if I gave it away. I apologize. But no. What? No, but like it's a $10 toy, right? And I kind of wanted one because it looks cute. I like his stupid crane game hands. It has crane game hands. I'm in love with it.
Kung Fu
There was
grip.
literally a guy who posted on Twitter the other day that he picked up 30 of them
Oh my god.
on a shopping cart and walked out with them and already had them listed for resale and for $40.
It's like, why? People really just spend their time and money doing this. It's like, why?
Because they're hoping that's their business, is that they can go and scalp toys, which sucks.
But yeah, I know that, like, combating scalping isn't exactly the easiest thing to do, but I hope that, one day either, the world gets back in order, or just, like, we do find methods of actually combating this thing, because it's honestly just ridiculous. Like, really. You sold some Pokemon cards on Craigslist for $400 earlier this year. 2 cards, my god. It's funny, because I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For a decade, and even to this day, I still don't understand how little cardboard cards just go for that much money.
Either because they're like competitively viable, or the art's really good, so people
Or
just
they're-
want it as a collector's piece.
Or they're discontinued. Like, I know the reasons why they'd be valuable, I just don't understand how someone can convince themselves to pay hundreds of dollars for a card. Even I didn't do
Yep.
that. But I mean,
Honestly,
hey,
like, if my soul was prepared enough, I would buy a Charizard right now. But I don't feel like going into debt any more than I have.
oh god. Yeah.
Oh, fucking holographic for Gen 1 Charizard.
Yeah.
Oh god, those things are insane.
First edition. I don't
It's one of
know.
those things of where, like, if people go out of their way and spend their hard-earned coin on a card, yeah, cool, it's your prerogative, but also at the same time, why?
Yeah, I mean, far be it from me to tell people how to spend their money. It's just like, I never understood it. Even as someone who's played card games before, I've just never understood it.
Yeah.
But hey, I respect that kind of dedication.
And
Yeah.
I'm the person who says that I collect, like, all hard copies and special editions, so I'm not really one to talk either.
Join the club.
Yeah, I do special editions of like movies and stuff. I feel that.
I get physical copies of games 9 out of 10 times. But I mean, yeah, I guess that's that. If you're a scalper, please commit die. I'm sorry, somewhat.
I wish all my scalpers a very die.
I love that Bugs Bunny meme. Like, seriously, it's great.
It's so good.
Hey, speaking of Bugs Bunny, I'm constantly reminded that Space Jam 2 is a thing for some reason.
Yep, and it already got controversial.
Okay, before we touch on that, I have to ask you two, is Space Jam, you know what, I'm asking everyone, if you're in the chat or not, is Space Jam a good movie? I will judge you on your answer.
I never saw it before.
I'm more shocked from that answer than anything. You've never seen Space Jam?
Nope, never.
All right,
I
well,
only first heard of it about
damn.
a year ago.
all right, Jules, you know who we're inviting for next movie night, even though I really don't want to.
I mean, here's the thing. I watched Space Jam over and over and over and over and over as a child. I also watched Osmosis Jones when I was little. I also realized I had shit taste when I was a child. So, I watched Space Jam so many times. I also found out I had OCD through that, but that I would want to rent a movie over and over. I had a Space Jam tape that I pretty much almost wore to death, and I could tell you wholeheartedly it's not a good movie.
I knew we're friends for a reason, but yeah, Space Jam's not a good movie. I piss a lot of people off saying that, but it's not. Like, the Looney Tunes aren't that funny. Michael Jordan can't act, like, straight up.
You got Dennis Nedry. I forgot the actor's name, but I just know him as Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park. But like, yeah, he's like his best friend, and the whole joke is he's the fat supportive one. That's it. There's nothing. The writing's really bad. The animation's fine. I kind of like the animation.
Also,
Lola,
product placement, because that's always fun in your movie.
there's an erection joke.
Wait, there is really?
Yeah, it's the scene where they were like losing all their basketball powers, and one of them, I believe, the doctor's telling him like you can't get it up like as much
Wait,
or something like that.
basketball powers?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
You
fucking.
okay? I know you've never seen this
Like,
movie.
give context
Okay,
to-
I
Wait a
need.
second.
I'm sorry, but I need to explain the plot of this movie. Like you're not prepared for this. Okay, so the plot of the movie is that the Looney Tunes, yes, the Looney Tunes, challenge intergalactic aliens to a basketball game for the fate of their realm. So the aliens go to the human world, steal the talent from the NBA, and the Looney Tunes go and recruit Michael Jordan to train them so they can win the basketball game and beat the
But-
aliens.
By the way,
Excuse me, sir, but what in the actual fuck?
they want to take over Earth because they want to expand their amusement park.
Yes.
And also they steal the powers by sucking it into a basketball.
Yes. And somehow this premise, as ridiculous as it is, the Looney Tunes aren't that funny. Like, yeah, there's slapstick, but I mean, slapstick does get old. If that's all you have to rely on. And then
Also,
they are
Lola
making a sequel to this movie starring LeBron James. And you want to know why it got controversy? Cuz they desexualized Lola Bunny.
You're joking.
No, I wish I
Nope.
was. I gotta pull up this tweet that Kaiser did. Like that's hilarious. That still gets a laugh out of me. Like
Also, Pepe Le Pew was taken out, which I mean, fine. I fucking hate Pepe Le Pew. Fuck
oh
that
yeah,
guy.
that it got controversy for that, but then again, that's perfectly valid, honestly.
Also, like, this isn't even the first time that Lola was desexualized. Have you watched the Looney Tunes show? She's hilarious and the best part.
Yeah, that's honestly her best rendition. Okay,
The clip where she sees bugs on the street, she's like, "Oh, there's just some guy standing in the street. I'm gonna hit him."
okay, yeah, hold up, y'all. You have to watch this. Like this entire joke is just freaking hilarious. I don't know why that's so big.
It was me, Barry. I made them draw Lola Bunny with fewer sexual features so that you wouldn't be horny and reduce your blood flow to make you a millisecond slower. Slow enough for me to kill Iris.
I feel like my brain just lost 2 neurons.
Oh my god, but yeah, that's why people got up in arms initially, because they made the bunny look less fuckable, essentially.
But, okay, also, hashtag bestiality, what?
No, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, the original Space Jam awoke some feelings in people. Like, that's fine, do your business, but it's like, I don't think this is something you go just getting up in arms about, even though the memes that resulted from it are hilarious. Like what you just witnessed.
My favorite's that the queer community interpreted it as Lola's trans, and it's like the best thing ever because now there's like trans Lola, and then Bugs, since he cross dresses all the time, that Bugs is also trans, and this shit is amazing, and I love it.
I mean, I believe it. He does, like, really.
Yep.
But yeah, the funny thing is, like, I just said that Space Jam's not a good movie, but I want to see Space Jam 2. I feel like I have to see this just to see what's up with it.
Same.
Whenever
like
it comes out.
Never be something I should see ever.
Oh no, we're sitting you down and we're watching Space Jam. Like, I'm writing that down figuratively, but we are going to sit you down and watch Space Jam one day. Mark my words.
I feel like the only thing that'll be good about it is LeBron James. That's it.
No, the original Space Jam had Michael Jordan, so look forward to that. I don't think LeBron can act either, but who knows? Because if there's one thing about celebrity cameos in movies, is that most celebrities can't act. Like, I'm trying to think who's a celeb in a movie that is not that bad at acting.
The Rock.
Okay, you know what? That's valid. The Rock is great.
Yeah, that's He's not too bad.
Um,
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
okay,
Oh,
that
yeah.
that too. Ice-T's funny. I'll give him that.
Ice-T, he's like that uncle that you invite over to the barbecue and you're just like, dude, it's good to see you here, okay?
I mean, you could basically make that the premise of a Friday movie.
Honestly.
Friday 3.
Oh, wait, wasn't there already a third one?
I thought. Oh, right,
There,
you're right.
there was Friday,
Friday,
and then
next
there was,
Friday.
and then the Friday after that, I think, or
Right.
something. God, there are
Friday
three.
4.
There are 3 Friday movies. My God. Plus, Chris Tucker was in the first one. What the hell happened to Chris Tucker?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let me Google if he's doing anything
I
right
know.
now.
I know. It's like after the last Rush Hour, it's like, what the hell happened to him? Where'd he go?
I just want to point out, I can't pronounce your name for the life of me. I'm sorry.
Just call me Jules.
Jules, I love your enthusiasm for him. I just love you. Let's Google this guy and see what's going on. That's what I call dedication.
Cause it's
Oh,
like
thank you.
no one's heard from him doing like anything. Like he went completely off the grid.
According to IMDb, oh, he was in Silver Lining. He was in Silver Linings Playbook. I saw that movie one time, and I don't even remember him in it. Then again, I
What?
don't remember much about that movie.
What is it even about?
I think it's like a drug addict, and then like he meets this girl, and she teaches him how to dance. No, it's a mental institution. He was in a mental institution. And then
Interesting.
I guess Chris Tucker's in it. I don't even remember. Does he have like a? I guess he's like a supportive friend or something. I
gosh.
barely remember that movie.
Well, he's
That's-
alive. That's good enough for me.
The last movie he was in was Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Week, and he's apparently gonna be in Rush Hour 4 if that's even coming. It's
They're
just
making a
apparently
4th
rumored-
one.
It's a rumored film right now, so there's no info.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It's like it's just like the Animaniacs song. Just reboot it.
Yep.
Speaking of reboots, DuckTales ended. Sad about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put an
You're
F in
gonna
the
be
chat.
so mad at me, but what is DuckTales?
You really didn't have a childhood, did you?
I was
Like I'm
almost
just
about to
saying
say
that
it.
straight up. Yeah,
I was
F's in the chat, please.
Just in the chat. You listen, I spent my time playing Resident Evil, Zelda, and going to in the city with my mom. Okay, don't judge me.
So you've never seen any of the Disney afternoon cartoons. Like
Not really, because I wasn't really allowed to watch too much TV when I was a kid.
like okay, you said no to DuckTales, but like Darkwing Duck, Chip and Dale, Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles, I loved Gargoyles. That was
Okay, well, we're not completely beyond hope.
Gargoyles is top tier.
Anybody remember Fairly Odd Parents? Hey Arnold, Rugrats.
Well, that's
Yeah, all the
Nickelodeon.
90s stuff. But yeah, like you've never seen the original DuckTales. That's wild to me.
Scrooge McDuck is the best. I love him.
Yes.
I've seen pictures of the guy. He looks like he's a wise man.
He's kind of an asshole, and that's why I love him. He's just this dude who's like had a ton. Even in the comics, he's such a prick to everyone. But like, I like that in this continuity, he's kind of retired. The new one, he's like retired, but like his nephew's getting back into it.
Yeah, also, the theme song, can't forget that.
Yes.
You can never forget it,
It will
ever.
never leave.
It will never leave. But yeah, that ended, but I mean, it had a good run. It's like probably the best way you could do a reboot in this day and age. Aside from Animaniacs, which is getting a second season apparently. I'm still hoping they bring back more of the cast.
Pinky in the Brain, more Pinky in the Brain. It's all Pinky in the Brain.
I mean, I want them to bring back Slappy. Like, we got Pinky
Slappy
in the
Squirrel's the
Brain.
best.
Exactly. They had like a cameo in one episode. I mean, like, I want them to have their own skits and stuff, but we'll see.
Fun fact, I actually have DuckTales on Laserdisc.
They made it for Laserdisc?
Yep, there's a few episodes, and I think the movie, the Treasure movie is on Laserdisc, but there were a bunch in Japan, and then there were a few here.
My God.
Yeah.
Just wild. But yeah, that's interesting. So writing down a mental note, sit down hipster to watch Space Jam one day. We'll plan that out. We'll plan that out
we can lose
later.
our brain cells together.
you
Hell
just
yeah.
you're gonna we're gonna have a great time with that. I trust me. Even though the movie's not good.
Mind if I join as well? I should probably rewatch that film before 2 comes out.
Oh, I was gonna ask you anyway.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah, I'm down. I'm down to relive trauma.
Oh my
Right
god,
now.
just that's gonna be something. But yeah, Space Jam 2. I don't know when it's coming out. We'll get to that when we get to that, I guess. But yeah. But I guess since we can go back to games, I know these both happened last month. We kind of talked about the PlayStation thing already, but what about that Nintendo Direct? Kind of skipped out on February podcast wise because I was doing something else, but eh.
It happened.
Yeah,
I mean, it
I don't
happened.
I don't have too many thoughts on it, considering the fact that like there were some interesting things that happened during it, like the whole the new controllers for the Switch, and like the different games that are going to be coming out, and there's a lot more interesting Switch games that are coming.
Like
Yeah.
DC superheroes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay.
The Supergirl Kids show, whatever that is, that's on Switch now. Why is that in a direct?
Who
I
knows?
don't know.
It's shovelware.
But I mean,
You know what-
we're getting a open world Pokemon game for once. That'll be
You know
interesting.
what should have been in the direct though? The game Coffee Talk. That should have been in the direct.
Wasn't that in a
Well, Copy
direct
Dog's
at
on
one
Switch.
point?
I'm not sure if it was. I do not remember seeing it there.
Coffee Talk's on Switch though.
Huh.
Yeah, it's on Switch. That's what I'm saying. Like the Nintendo who owns the Switch should be hyping that game up just a little bit more than it is.
It's really good. It had a physical release recently, and I think it came with a soundtrack. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
I don't know if it's still available, but
They had a
Really?
physical release for PS4 and now Switch as well.
yee. Good game. I like. See, that's the kind of game I can get into because it's chill.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
nice. But yeah, I guess there wasn't much to say. But actually, going back to Sony, did y'all hear that Sony bought Evo?
What?
Wait, really?
Yeah, no, Sony just outright bought Evo, straight
Holy
up.
shit. They also tried buying Crunchyroll, and that's a whole story in and of itself.
I thought they already did.
Well, no. The thing is, like, yes, kind of, but the thing is, they may not be passing it because they're scared it's going to become a monopoly.
I mean, it probably will. Like,
Yep.
being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine just having a monopoly on anime. Like, how?
Sometimes it be like that.
Dang.
Honestly.
I'm also scrolling through Twitter. And I found something I kind of want to touch on later. But anyway, yeah, Sony bought Evo, and if you don't know what Evo is, it's essentially just like the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. It's I figured Evo would be dead because it got canceled because one of the co-founders is a sexual predator. There was a lot of controversy about that earlier. A lot of Smash players were predators too, but I mean, that's just that's a whole other story in itself. But yeah, Evo died, but Sony's like, we'll buy this shit up. We'll new code of conduct and all that, make sure that doesn't happen again. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. And they're still open to all platforms too, so it's like, you won't be seeing PlayStation All-Stars top 8 anytime soon. Maybe, I don't know. Because when I first heard the news, I was like, oh crap, is Smash not going to be at Evo anymore? Because, like, that's one of the main games I watch.
Sorry, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it either. Like, out of all the acquisitions that have been happening recently, because, like, both Sony and Microsoft have been making a lot of big power plays, I just don't see the reasoning behind this one. Like, I know Xbox and the Xbox Bethesda thing got set in stone recently. That's cool. You have all these Bethesda games on the Game Pass now, including all the Doom games, so that's cool.
I just honestly think it was a really wise decision for Xbox to buy Bethesda. Honestly, like they're gonna have so many more opportunities, and this also means that selfishly, we might get to see a Evil Within third game. Yay.
I just hope it leads to some quality control, because after Fallout 76, just like, my god.
Ugh.
I'll forgive them a bit for Doom Eternal, but then again, Bethesda didn't really have a hand in Doom Eternal. That was mostly id.
Yeah, but the thing is that with Fallout 76, whenever I saw the release trailer for that, it looked like a game made on the PlayStation 1. It didn't even look like a new gen game.
Functioned like a game on the PlayStation 1 too.
And burn.
But I mean, hey, it wasn't Cyberpunk. I'll give it that.
Well, the thing is that Cyberpunk is a genuinely good game. That's the thing. Like, it
I
sucked
mean-
for people who had the bad controls, but I can only speak as far as my experience. And from my experience, I had a genuinely good time with the game.
I mean, people have had fun with Cyberpunk, but I'm just not gonna let it go that it was probably one of the most, like, disastrous game releases I can think of in recent memory. Like, actually. Like, the whole Cyberpunk launch was just it was like a nuclear level dumpster fire. Like, actually, though. Like, the bugs I saw and just the people, so many people couldn't run the game unless they had, like, a supercomputer. Just, it was amazing. Like,
Well, the thing is that, like, what they did, and they weren't really transparent about it, which is probably HR's fault, but they did it in a way of where they made it optimized for PC and Xbox Series X and S and PS5, but they didn't optimize it for previous gen consoles, which is what most people had, the majority. So all you saw were the bugs. People don't like to talk about the good stuff because they feel like they'll get hate pushed their way. And that's the thing that's kind of upsetting.
I guess. I mean, I'm not saying the game doesn't have merits. It's just, it does. It's just, it's hard to see those merits past everything, assuming if you can even get the game to function.
Well, yeah, when that's the only thing being thrown in people's faces, of course it's going to be hard to see the good stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, they're fixing it. I can give them that, but I feel like that no one's going to care later down the line. Because, like...
Well, yeah, because people have, like, such a... I don't want to say time limit, but there's, like, an expiration date on a lot of games, which sucks. Because it's like, you either play it when it first comes out, and then it becomes, like, old news within a month, which is really shitty.
It's just...
Or they could pull it out of circulation like a certain Nintendo.
Oh yeah, guys, please remember to tune in on March 31st for Mario's public execution. That'll be a good time. Oh, the memes for that are great too. Oh yeah, bring donuts. But yeah, it's just like the thing with this, you know, like, we'll fix it later game mentality. It's just like, I don't get why game developers still go along with that when it's never worked. Like, that actually brings up that they actually recently pulled the plug on Anthem. It's like they had a timeline for that, fixing it down the road, and they said they were going to do, like, you know, Anthem next, was it? And then like a week later, they just threw their hands up and said, fuck it. Happened with Evolve too. And that sucks, because I actually kind of thought that Evolve had merit. Anthem not so much, but Evolve certainly. And then it happened with Avengers too, like... The fact that Avengers got outsold by the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake still confounds me. And makes me laugh. But, I don't know.
F's all around.
I'd like to say they'll learn their lesson eventually, but I think we all know that's not gonna happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I saw on Twitter is that apparently there's some SpongeBob controversy too. Says,
Oh, is it that because Midlife Crustacean was removed from streaming?
Yes. I
guess they're all gonna miss the panty raid.
Yeah, man, we're all gonna miss the panty raid now.
I just want to know, like, is this what a pandemic does to people? Like, this is... I'm sorry, like, no offense to people, but this is, like, news. Like,
Yes.
What?
Well, people are really pissed. Well... people are really pissed at cancel culture right now, which I hate when people do that, because it's very much just like, we don't want to hear anybody else's issues. We just want to live in the past and be, like, obsessed with crap. And it's like, no, the only time it's ever censorship, like people are saying, is if you are literally either A, grabbing every copy in the world and crossing out everything you want changed, or B, you are banning it from public access.
Yeah, like, people just want to you know, throw the word censorship around like they actually know what it means. Like they don't. It's like even with things like this, it's like, you know, the panty raid thing. It's like I can sort of see people's mindset with this, but at the same time, like it's SpongeBob. Like it's not really meant to be taken seriously, and then it's not that extreme either. Like
Also, buy
honestly,
physical media. You could still have the episode on DVD. Buy it. Buy physical
like.
media. Fuck streaming services.
Oh yeah, and I got into this conversation earlier with some other mutuals. Is like the thing like with you know how Disney has some warnings in front of their movies now on Disney Plus. It's like, hey, some of the views in this show or whatever are kind of outdated, and we apologize for that. Like that's fine. That's like, you know, owning up to, you know, times have changed, opinions have changed, and this is kind of fucked up what we're showing. But it's like it's still, we're showing it in its original form for, you know, reasons. But like this is just like, I feel like you're making mountains out of a molehill, so to speak.
Yeah, I find it weird that episode wasn't included because like it was a silent thing. They didn't even have a warning or anything. They just didn't include it, and there's nothing objectionable in it. It's a funny episode. I've watched it a few times, but like, I mean, what the hell, dudes?
Yeah,
Like
as
again,
some
this is why you buy physical stuff. But anyway,
as someone who has watched SpongeBob religiously, both as a child and an adult, I can say that I've never once had an issue with like, well, any of the jokes was in SpongeBob because, you know, they're actually well written, or at least in the older ones they are.
Like, especially like the dolphin episode. Like, that was a well-written episode.
Yeah, like they literally had an episode where they just bleep out swear words and like no one's getting offended at that.
yep. But then like, you take out Dr. Seuss books for genuinely being racist, and
People
like,
get up in arms.
I gotta buy $500 Dr. Seuss book, even though this book isn't banned or anything, and you would still buy Dr. Seuss books. And they genuinely are racist. Seriously, holy fuck, some of the stuff written in there is kind of fucked up. But
Exactly.
now they're taking away my freedoms. I'm so angry.
Like people really just get upset at the wrong things.
Speaking of last night, with that one music video that everyone's talking about from a certain Little Nas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Christians got up in arms with that.
Oh no, the video is about someone being persecuted for being gay, executed, then goes down to hell, fucks Satan, kills him, and then becomes Satan. That's the gay agenda right there.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
but anyway.
I mean...
And I'm all for it.
I mean, be gay, do crime, right?
Exactly.
That's why they're sliding down to hell. And honestly, they know how to throw a party down there, so... Just...
I mean, I don't know. I mean, does that mean I have more room for Satan?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like we're all going down there regardless. But I mean, just like, religion's just such a dodgy subject, and it's like, I don't shun people for believing what they want. It's just, as long as you're not trying to shove those beliefs down my throat, then we're good. But I don't know how people look at that music video and get yet this is the message they're trying to inflict on our children. Is like, bro, you're looking a little too deep into it.
Yep.
It's interesting because like a lot of this stuff has so much power over people, and I think it has a little too much influential power. If you ask me,
I really just don't get how we're in 2021 and people is still like, gay's bad. It's like, hello, welcome to the 21st century. Like, you know, this stuff's kind of normal. You can accept it. It's a wonderful thing because love is a wonderful thing, or you can just, you know, continue being a bigot. I don't know how you get much enjoyment out of life like that, but sure. We got really off topic with this.
Yeah.
but it was necessary though. People need to know about this kind of stuff.
Oh, that's true. I mean, you know, love is a wonderful thing, and it shouldn't be, you know, stifled by something as words are hard. It should not be stifled as something as, like, papered thin as notions of gender. Okay, I did it.
Yeet.
Yay me. But yeah, what were we even discussing? Oh yeah, the panty raid.
I guess they're gonna miss it.
Yeah, we're all gonna miss the panty raid. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't. Do they even sell physical DVDs of SpongeBob anymore?
Yeah, no, they're still in
Oh,
print. In fact, you can go to Target right now and buy the first 100 box set for $30.
$30.
You get 100 episodes. You get all versions of the um, the Flying Dutchman episode with all the endings. You get pilot. You get a lot of good stuff. That set's amazing. I
Okay.
highly recommend it. And it's only $30 for 100 episodes.
Okay, you know what? I take it all back. That is pretty good. It's a pretty good deal. I don't know. Some cartoon like box sets just go for a lot. Same
A
same
lot of
with
that,
same with anime box sets too.
a lot of that problem. Well, if it's Funimation, they can go fuck themselves. Because they're a bunch of assholes. But
Well,
usually it comes down to licensing issues. It's
oh
paying for the
yeah.
license for anime, which is why they go for so much. TV, it's usually just its big collection. It depends on the set. Some are outrageously expensive, and then some are just like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah, licensing is just licensing just sounds like the biggest headache. Like you have to
Really,
go
it's the
through
reason.
all these different channels just to get the A-OK for something.
It's the reason why a lot of shows I enjoy aren't going to be released here, at least for a long time.
Oof. Just it sucks, but I mean that's why we sail the seven seas. Arg, you know what I mean?
Arg, wink, wink.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. So I'm sorry to all you guys who will never experience the panty raid. That's a funny episode too. Like, dang.
Yeah, but again, you can go to your local store, buy 100. That means you legally own it. You don't have to pay for it. It won't be removed from you at any time.
Everybody wins, because that's
I'm sorry,
that's
I just
that's
have
why we all shill physical media.
Yep, I'm sorry. I just really hate streaming.
I do too. Like, it's better to own physical copies. I mean, like, unless I have to go like digital, I will always choose the physical copy route.
Me
Yep.
too, but that's how the streaming world works. Even though most streaming services are kind of bullshit. Actually, you know what? Speaking of streaming services, can we talk about one in particular? Because
Hmm.
it can't be a show of ours without us ragging on Disney for something. So yeah, I want to say a casual fuck you to Disney Plus for your premium movie nonsense. Explain to me why I have to pay an extra $30 on top of the it's $8 a month, right?
Something like that.
Eight,
Yeah.
let's say $8 to $12 per month on top of paying an extra 30 just to watch a movie, especially when that movie's not good. Mulan,
Mulan.
It's just
Mulan.
honestly like it does such a disservice to the original movie and to Asian culture that it's like, what? I'm sorry, what?
I agree,
Also,
and
the
now,
fact that a lot of people working on it supported authorities in the protests.
oh yeah, including the actress who played Mulan, I think too, which is
Yep.
which is the main reason why I didn't want to watch it. But even then, I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're making us pay the premium price again for Black Widow, which is coming out in July. It's June or July, I forget which one.
See, I'm scared they're gonna pull a sneaky, and that when Godzilla vs Kong comes out, it's gonna be money. I mean, I'm gonna pay it. I need to see that movie.
Yeah,
But,
like you've been waiting for this movie for like forever.
oh god, it's like I don't know, half my life.
Oh boy.
I'm 22, so like 11 years. Yeah, that
I
sounds about
just
right.
I've just been seeing the memes about it. Like I plan on watching it, just like but the memes. The
I
memes
already
are
know how
great.
the movie's gonna go because they made it really obvious, and a ton of leaks were just like I couldn't avoid it, but I could be totally wrong, and the movie could like pull a bunch of sneakies on me, and then I'll be like, "Whoa!" Either way, I'm still gonna freak out like a 5-year-old every 5 seconds. So
Well, here's to hoping. I just really wanted to bring up that streaming thing, is I don't get how you have to pay like an extra $30 on top of the subscription just to see a movie. Like I know you could make the argument, it's like, well, that's just about as much as you spend at a theater, but the thing is, I'm not at a theater. I'm sitting on my couch trying to watch a movie. Plus, Black Widow might not even be that good either. Like, honestly, after Endgame, I'm just tabbed out of the MCU at this point. Like, I'm waiting for that Blade reboot, but that's more personal, if anything. And I'm also waiting for that Fantastic Four movie, because, like, I just need one good Fantastic Four movie before I perish and leave this mortal coil. Like, please. Like, someone, please. I can't keep going around telling people that the best Fantastic Four movie is The Incredibles. I just can't.
I mean,
Yeah.
The Incredibles was Bob AF. I don't know where you've been.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's the best Fantastic Four movie. Because think about it. You have the guy that's super strong. You have the stretchy one, the fast one, and the lady with invisibility powers. That's literally the Thing, Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and Mr. Fantastic. And then you have the dude who's good with machines, who is Doom. Even though comparing Syndrome to Doom is kind of a disservice to Doom, but I digress.
Also, he's Donatello.
Really?
He does machines. Because he does machines.
Wait, really? He was the voice of Donatello?
No, he wasn't. I was just saying he's Donatello just because he does machines.
Oh, I was about to say, it's like, that's a fun fact. But yeah, no, I just need a good Fantastic Four movie. And the Blade is that, like I said, personal reasons. Because, I mean, I like the original Blade movie. To be honest, I like all three of the Blade movies, even though Trinity's not good, but...
Is it even Trinity?
I mean,
Oh my god, I have
Trinity's...
to leave this conversation now.
Trinity's one of those so bad it's good movies to me. It's like watching Mortal Kombat, which is also getting a reboot soon enough. Like, Mortal Kombat's not good, but it's just the perfect amount of, like, old B-movie cheese that I can't help but love it. Annihilation's garbage, though. We don't talk about Annihilation.
You know what's funny is that, like, I love all the Blade movies because that guy can so mess up Edward Cullen. It's being back, but Trinity has, like, a special place in my heart, honestly, because of Ryan Reynolds.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But yeah, just like, there are just some movies that I know that they're bad, but I can't help but like them. Trinity's one of them. Phantom Menace is another guilty pleasure.
Understandable.
And I already said Mortal Kombat, which I'm curious.
Twilight.
I mean, I can't like Twilight. I'm never gonna like Twilight. Middle school ruined that for me. Middle school ruined a lot of things for me, but I digress on that too. We won't talk about it. Yeah, and speaking of Mortal Kombat, have y'all seen the trailers for that new movie?
Yeah.
Opinions?
It exists.
I haven't played it, and I want to now that I've seen it.
Well, I mean, I haven't played it, because even as fighting games go, I never cared for Mortal Kombat, but I'm curious how this movie's going to turn out. I do plan on watching it. I just hope that it's good. Or at least decent.
Fun.
Yeah, I rephrase that. I just hope it's fun.
I'm scared it's going to be too edgy.
I mean, edginess and MK kind of go together, because, gore's the main appeal.
They do stupid stuff like babalities.
That is true. If I don't see one animality, it's a 0 out of 10.
And the very existence of Johnny Cage.
I mean,
no, I'm not saying specifically you did, just this whole character.
Yeah, I mean, like, isn't Johnny Cage supposed to be like a Jean-Claude Van Damme stand-in?
He's just a giant dingus.
Which is funny because wasn't Jean-Claude Van Damme in that Street Fighter movie?
Yes, he was. He plays
Guile.
Guile.
Yeah, because let's make the very aggressive American stereotype of what is Van Damme? Danish, I think.
Check.
Fact check.
Also, his daughter is in the Gamera movies.
Really?
Yeah, because he's married to a Japanese woman, I believe.
Huh. We just need better video game movies overall. Like, there's only two good ones in my opinion. There's Detective Pikachu, and then there's the Sonic movie, which is surprisingly above average.
He was born in Belgium.
Oh, Belgium.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I got that completely wrong. That was my bad. But yeah, we just need more good video game movies. I'm hoping Mortal Kombat will give us a solid 3. Then we can say that 3 of them aren't absolute trash. I don't know. Some of them have some goofy charm to them, but others of them are just like ass. Like I know Mario Bros. The Mario Bros. Movie is bad. It's not even the fun kind of bad. It's just bad. Same with, okay, you know what? Actually, I do kind of enjoy the first two of those Resident Evil movies. Then they get bad, like bad.
You don't want to start this conversation right after you really don't want to
I mean, it all feels like fan fiction, but I mean, hey, even fan fiction has its moments.
Oh, I want to apologize. It's Steven Seagal's daughter who's the one in Gamera. Not Van Damme. I mixed them up.
Peter says the Resident Evil movies are great. Smile.
Oh god, I don't like them.
I'm turning this conversation around.
They're so stupid. They're just so boring. Like they're just a bunch of CGI messes, and then Mila Jovovich is just like, oh, Mila Jovovich, and I'm so sad, and the world sucks booty, but let me go shoot some things for like. Also, heavy metal music's in the background. There's no plot. There's nothing. Also, there's Wesker. He's just sitting there for no fucking reason. Look, he's got some doggies. Oh, no, the doggies are evil.
Can I just say something right now? Any movie that has a bajillion games going for their plot line, on top of them adding a character that never existed into the entire mix, I'm just like, what, do you want to hurt us more? Is that your goal right now?
I mean, hey, they never follow the games, even though it's literally like having the script right in front of you.
Give me Leon. I want my dumb himbo in the video game, in the movie. Make him. I love Leon. He's a good boy. He's cute.
Aren't they making like a Netflix thing around RE4?
They're making
or RE2?
a Netflix like what is it? An animation around it.
Oh, I mean, hopefully that'll be good. Maybe. I'm not big on Resident Evil personally. That's hipsters' department. I'll fully admit that.
The only one I have a lot of experience with is 4, because I actually really like 4. And then like I've watched the movies and I hate them.
I enjoy. How many movies have there are? I remember liking 2 of them.
6.
I like the first 2, and then the others are just like unwatchable messes.
I saw Afterlife in theaters in 3D, and holy shit, it was so bad.
It's great.
You know what's interesting though is like I finally got the courage to watch that. My family, my poor family, had to sit with me while I was watching that, and I was pointing out every single fucking inaccuracy that was in the movie, and I for like 2 straight minutes was literally yelling at the television because I was like, "What the fuck?"
My favorite is that Wesker's there for literally no reason. Like he's just sitting there
menacingly.
What the fuck are you doing, dude?
He's like, oh yeah, we just casually dropped the big bad of the original games in the 4th movie for no reason.
It's unbelievable because they used Leon as basically like eye candy to get Resident Evil fans interested. On top of that, they basically like used Jill and her costume from Resident Evil 5 in the last movie, and I'm just
Don't they use Jill in 2 as well?
They had her turn blonde because we gotta put something from the game.
Man, I don't know about that. I haven't
too,
rewatched this movies in ages.
I just remember them my brother was like really, because he's really into zombies, so he was really into those movies. I was like, God, I fucking hate these movies. I haven't seen the 6th one. I think I saw up to Afterlife, and then I stopped because I just thought they were really... Oh, yeah, because there was, like, one more, and then the final chapter, which I doubt is going to be the final chapter.
Oh, man, imagine there's just going to be a new Resident Evil movie in that same style.
I'm not... No, I will write a firm letter of complaint. No, that shit does not happen again. I know they're creating a new movie, and they're adding in the mansion from the first one, which is good. They're adding in Kendo's, the gun shop, which I'm just like, you have to add the mansion. And also a Jill sandwich, you have to add in that too.
You almost became a Jill sandwich.
Yes, the classic line.
I do love the English version of Resident Evil. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's like B-movie horror to a T, and that's why I like it.
Here's what I know about Resident Evil. There's a dude named Wesker. There's Raccoon City. There's a big booby tall lady in Resident Evil 8.
Yes.
Which, by the way, why is she the focal point of the game? The game is supposed to be the focal point of the game.
I
She's
mean,
Big Lady.
Capcom knows their audience and they're capitalizing off of it.
They literally went out and were like, we're so glad about her support. She's also, by the way, she's also 9 feet tall.
I mean, people will like what they like, but I mean, it's like
I'm gonna post a video in the chat about this.
Some people just like, I don't know. Some people just form way too hard attachments to like fictional characters. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a list of fictional characters I wish were real, but just like, you know, it kind of reminds me around all the buzz for Hades. Like, everyone was going nuts around the characters for Hades. People still are, to some to a rather insane degree. Like, I'm just gonna be real out and say it. Y'all are horny for some Hades. Like, seriously.
I got the game Hades. I can't wait to play that shit.
I mean,
Okay.
It's my weakness. It's edgy people. I'm sorry. It's
I mean, I can't. You know, I can't. I can't
it.
even be mad because like the Greeks basically invented horny, so it's like it's fitting. It's weird, but it's fitting nonetheless.
I'm just gonna leave this in the general chat.
Oh boy.
I mean, have you not seen Hades' son? Hot damn.
I've played Hades. I need to go back to it.
Wait, he has a son?
It's a fantastic game. Like, if you haven't played Hades and you like roguelikes, I highly recommend it. It's like about as good of an indie game as you can get.
I felt bad. My roommate called me out because he knows I'm like super into all the edgy people. So it's like, oh no. Every time we watch something, he's gonna point out like, you just like that person because they're edgy. Like, fuck, you right.
Hey man, you like what you like.
It's true.
But actually, no, I was just reminded of something I wanted to talk about. Speaking of movies, how do y'all feel about Dreamworks movies? I guess it's kind of random, but that's something I wanted to bring up, and I just got reminded of it.
Dreamworks has a new movie?
Nah, I mean, mainly just their movies in general.
I mean, I like them. I like the fact that, you know, before, like, back in the day, they had those, like, pre-movies before their actual movies. Like, those were wrong.
Because I remember, I brought this up because I remember, like, one day people were bringing up Prince of Egypt a lot. By the way, watch Prince of Egypt. It's like a actual masterpiece. Probably one of, if not their best movies.
Yeah, it's a very good movie, and also somewhat fairly accurate, too.
I think it's the best telling of that story.
Yeah. Don't watch Joseph King of Dreams, though.
Oh, we don't talk about that. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, a lot of people just started bringing up DreamWorks as like 2D movies, because a lot of people these days just talk about their 3D movies. Not to say they're bad, but like, the 2D movies are good too, because I mean, you have Prince of Egypt, that's a literal 10 out of 10. Like, please go watch it. Please.
It's so good.
It's really good. And then the other 2D movies. I mean, there's El Dorado.
Sinbad?
El Dorado's a classic.
Oh, that was so good.
El Dorado was amazing.
Yes.
You know,
Shell. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. No, I agree. I 100% agree. Honestly, all three of them. My bias is like all three of them.
Yeah, it's just like bisexual panic.
El Dorado, I will never forget. Like, as long as I live, I will be rehearsing these words to my deathbed. The stars can't do it. Not today.
It's great.
I like Sinbad, but it's also kind of a guilty pleasure because I grew up with like all the original like old Sinbad movies, and it kind of recaptures that in a fun way. It's not perfect. It's kind of messy, but I mean, I like it.
Sinbad's all right. Also, Eris. That's also all I will say on that.
Wait, no spoilers. I've never seen Sinbad before.
I mean, pretty good.
It's Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. It's okay. It's not like a standout movie, but I'd give it a watch. Eris. Agreed. Yes, edgy. What other 2D movies have they done? Those are the only ones I can. Oh, Spirit. I never really cared about Spirit. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's the thing about Spirit. Spirit's amazing when it shuts the fuck up.
I see.
So the problem was the movie was gonna be silent, and it would have been amazing. Because like every time it's quiet, I know there are fan re-edits of it too that are a lot better. Because like, okay, the movie's very show don't tell. There's a lot of visuals. It's really good. Also, it fell under controversy by a bunch of racists because the hero in the movie's a Native American. He's painted in a good light, and he isn't there to die like other films. So fuck you, press.
What?
Anyway,
The main character is a minority and they're not being treated like garbage? Blasphemy.
Yep.
That was sarcasm, by the way.
but like Spirit, the problem was they decided to have the horse stink to itself, and it was played by Matt fucking Newman every time.
Really?
Every time it talks, it sucks.
Oh my
It isn't
God.
funny. The lines are bad. We literally watch the horse do things, and then he talks about it in a second. Like, just shut the fuck up. When the movie's quiet, it's beautiful. So yeah, go watch fan edits. Go watch films where it shuts the fuck up.
I'll keep that in mind if I ever do decide to rewatch it. Yeah, those are the only 4 2D movies I can think that they made. The rest are 3D. There's Ants. I don't.
Oof.
I remember
Oof.
that movie.
Yeah, Ants is an oof, but that was also their first movie ever. So, I mean, you got to start somewhere. They went from Ants to Prince of Egypt, so that's literally the definition of a 0 to 100.
Yeah, it stars Woody Allen, therefore I hate it. Fuck
Really?
Woody Allen. He's not funny, and he also married his adopted daughter. He can go fuck himself.
Excuse me?
Oh, Woody Allen's a fuck. He's the worst.
That's fucked up. Like,
He's creepy. He's really creepy.
Ew.
noted. But
He
Childhood
looks creepy, too.
there's Ants, and then we had Chicken Run. I don't
like Chicken Run.
know how to feel about Chicken Run. Like, it's like I really can't decide if I like it or not. I just can't.
I like Chicken Run because I have an Aardman bias, and I love everything they do. But like, I think my problem with Chicken Run is Mel Brooks, or not Mel Brooks, Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is the one dude, but also like when it's the whole liar revealed story, and it gets really redundant, and eventually
I take it that's a trope you're not fond of.
it's fine. It just I hate it when it's like liar revealed can be fine if it's not built up through the whole movie, like Avatar, where it's just like we know you're lying, and then we have another 40 minutes of we know it's coming, and then it happens, and then there's the big sad montage, and then it comes back. Like
God, I hate that. And whenever someone says Avatar, my mind just defaults to the Last Airbender instead of the Blue People movie.
no Fern Gully with blue cats.
Avatar is
Dang.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I hope you mean the Blue People movie, because like Last Airbender, the cartoon, not the movie. I have to stress the
Yeah.
cartoon is like one of the best ever made.
Not the
God
cartoon,
tier.
the other one. The blue.
We don't talk about the
It's like,
movie.
ugh.
We don't talk about that. Didn't
They're
happen.
coming out with 5 more. I'm like, can we please stop this madness?
Yeah, and then Nickelodeon made their own studios specifically for making more Avatar stuff. Like, I mean, if it's good, I'm all for it. I just have to emphasize if it's good.
Yeah, because it was just basically a political stunt for environmental awareness.
Eh.
I mean, why else have Sigourney Weaver in a movie that basically is reminding us of Alien, but it's kind of like the kid to the mother, basically, when Alien is the mother.
I
And
see.
This Blue People movie is like, oh, we're gonna try to do something cool, and we're gonna put Sigourney Weaver in here to make it all awesome and everything like that. But when in reality, it's just a political statement.
God, I hate how I keep getting Avatar and The Last Airbender mixed up. This is what society's done to me. Name your movies better. But anyway,
Yeah, James Cameron.
yeah, back to DreamWorks. I mean, after Chicken Run, you have the man, the myth, the legend, Shrek. Instant classic.
Good movie.
Very good movie. Then there's Shrek 2. Also
Love.
good movie.
My personal favorite.
I'm okay, like I feel like Shrek is a better movie. I feel like it's paced better, but it's like that third act of Shrek 2 is just mwah. Just
I don't know. I'm weird. I think the pacing in Shrek 2 I actually enjoyed more than Shrek 1. I also like the comedy a lot more in Shrek 2.
I like the comedy more in Shrek 1.
Really?
Not to say Shrek
Yeah.
2's is bad, just like that whole middle part's kind of like boring to me.
Oh, I like it, but no, Shrek 1 is also really good. Don't get me wrong. It's like The Godfather and The Godfather 2. It's difficult.
I can't remember the last time I watched The Godfather.
We should watch The Godfather.
I'd be down.
Have you seen what you've done on the day of my daughter's wedding?
I mean, I just finished Conker's Bad Fur Day yesterday, so I got movie references on the brain.
Well, the thing about Godfather, it's great. They're very long.
Oh.
The first film's almost 3 hours. The second film is 3.5 hours long.
Oh yeah, speaking of long movies, I still have to watch the Snyder Cut one day.
Oh, same.
I mean, I want to. Just 4 hours is a commitment.
4 hours is weird. I've watched 4-hour films on actual celluloid. I have a lot of patience for it. 4.5 hours to 5 is about my limit.
Oh God, I can do threes when I just start being like, can this end, please?
That's a lot more patience than other people have. So respect.
Yeah.
For real.
And then after Shrek 2, we got Shark Tale.
That was a fun movie.
Shark Tale's horrible. I'm sorry.
Fun fact: the only time award-winning director Martin Scorsese, that's right, Goodfellas, Hugo, million other good movies, played in one acting role, and he plays the pufferfish. You know, award-winning, incredible film director Martin Scorsese plays a fucking pufferfish in Shark Tale. It's his only acting role.
Hey, I mean, you got to get that check somehow.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't even have any words for that because it's just like it's true, but also he was iconic.
That's like getting Steven Spielberg to play Underdog. I don't know.
I legit didn't realize Underdog was a thing until you reminded me.
Yep.
God, wow. And then after Shark Tale, we got Madagascar.
Madagascar was special.
I don't watching it after the first time. I like it less, but I mean some of the moments are funny. It has its moments.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. It absolutely has its moments.
Madagascar 2's all right though.
I used to not like it as much, and then like I saw it again. I was like, this is fine. I kind of like the third one a little more just because it's a little wackier.
Then you can't forget the instant classic B movie.
Ugh.
God, why did that movie happen?
Never saw it. Never will.
Please.
Jerry Seinfeld snorted coke and then wanted to play a bee. That is all.
No, you know what, guys? I think he was literally buzzed.
Yeah, so
I hate you. Stop.
So don't watch B movie unless you're just morbidly curious, and I have to stress morbidly curious.
I am now going to post in the chat Jerry Seinfeld for the promotion of this film dressed up as a bee and was hung off a fucking rooftop saying buzz 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 buzz. I'm going to post that in general.
Please tell me you're joking.
I am not joking. This is real.
Okay, we have to watch this. I'm sorry, but if now that I know this exists, the rest of the world has to be exposed to this.
Also, B. Larry King.
Oh yeah, they literally just call him B. Larry King. Like, actually, just why did B movie happen? Like, I just don't know. These are questions I shouldn't be asking.
You know how people get midlife crisis cars? I feel like this was Jerry Seinfeld's midlife crisis car.
Also, the movie's not funny.
Oh yeah, it's not movie. Okay, we gotta watch this. Like, This
was real, by the way.
The funny thing is like this actually happened. Why is YouTube muted?
Ow!
I
know what I'll do.
What is life?
Pollinate these flowers.
What is life right now? What am I watching?
This,
Hey, wait a minute.
this makes me want to go back to school and relearn everything just so I can get my neurons back.
Where's Steven?
Yes, good. Leave it like that. Okay.
Somebody help me!
I just
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Get me down!
I can't watch any more of this. I'm sorry. Just I'm in so much disbelief. Just why? Who agreed to this? Who signed off on this? How much did he get paid for this? Was it worth it?
The film was written by also 5 people. Sorry, 4 people.
That sounds like a problem in itself. Which is funny because I mean I wouldn't even say B movie has much of a plot.
No, it does. It's just really boring.
Yeah, again, hardly a plot. God, if there was one movie I could go back and wish I never watched, it'd probably be that.
At least it gave us the memes where people read the whole script.
Okay, you know what? The B-movie memes are pretty funny. I'll give it that. That's the only thing I'll give it, though.
I'm not giving it anything.
Yeah, I mean, you never saw it, so you're lucky. You're lucky in that regard.
There's Over the Hedge.
Over the Hedge exists. That's all I can say about it.
I'm just waiting until we get to my favorite DreamWorks movie.
Boss Baby.
I won't say it. I'm just waiting until we get to it.
I'm kidding.
You know, I do have to say, what about Bug's Life?
That's
Pixar.
That's Pixar. That's why they made
wait, no,
ants
that's
in
Pixar.
response to Bug's Life, actually.
Oh, whoops, never mind.
Because the founder of DreamWorks used to work for Disney, if I remember correctly.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and then he split off to do his own thing. Yeah, no, Bug's Life is Ants was the answer to A Bug's Life. Whichever one you like more, I cannot say. Personally, I think they're both passable. I don't know. Bug's Life was also almost one of those more forgettable Pixar movies.
It's the Seven Samurai from 1954, but with bugs.
I mean, when you compare it to other Pixar films like Toy Story, Incredibles, just I'm drawing a blank here. Shit.
Ratatouille, which is my personal favorite.
Ratatouille was Pixar?
Yeah.
Dang. I like
Ratatouille was
Ratatouille.
Same director as The Incredibles, Brad Bird, whose first film that got really big was Iron Giant.
Wow. Okay, yeah, Iron Giant's a classic. All right then.
Love Brad Bird. He's a great guy.
Listen, Iron Giants, that was good. I can't watch it; it'll still make me cry, honestly.
I mean,
understandable. It's sad as fuck.
It is. DreamWorks movies. There's Kung Fu Panda. Those movies. I mean, I like Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda 2 is my favorite.
Really?
That movie is way better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It's honestly incredible. Like, rewatching it, I was like, oh my god, there's like, the drama's amazing. The animation's fucking gorgeous. The villain is like so intimidating and terrible. Like, they literally talk about genocide in that movie, and it's like really Panda genocide. It's like really effective. The music's amazing. Like, man, I couldn't get over it. Like, honestly, that may be my favorite DreamWorks movie, next to Prince of Egypt.
There's also my personal favorite series of movies from DreamWorks, How to Train Your Dragon. I love the How to Train Your Dragon movies, like, really, a lot. Just
am I weird? Because, like, I enjoy the first one, but after that, I just kind of fell off of it. Like, I get why people like it. Don't get me wrong. I guess it's just not my thing.
That's fair.
The dragons are cool, though.
Yeah. There's the best DreamWorks film, Boss Baby.
Oh, God.
That was just a disappointment. I'm sorry.
Good night, everyone. I'm done. I can't do it anymore.
It's a joke. We both know that movie's terrible.
Oh yeah.
We don't talk about Boss Baby. We just don't. But yeah, I don't know. Just like I felt like talking about DreamWorks movies, and here we are. I don't know.
That is true.
What do they even have planned? Let me see. They have a bunch of stuff for the movies they've already made. Also, apparently, we're getting a Shrek 5, according to the best source, Wikipedia.
Jesus. I kind of like Shrek 4.
I mean, considering what we got before was Shrek the Third, like, I guess.
Also, the fact that the whole thing's a fan fiction written by Rumpelstiltskin is kind of amazing.
Okay, that is kind of amazing, but I mean, Shrek 4 was okay. At least it wasn't Shrek the Third. I can afford it that courtesy. Shrek the Third was awful.
Shrek the Third is the worst DreamWorks movie.
Really? You think it's worse than Shark Tale?
At least Shark Tale is painfully bad. Shrek 3 is boring.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair argument.
Like, we still talk about Shark Tale and how cringe it is, but, like, nobody wants to talk about Shrek the Third.
Yeah, That is true. Even just talking about it makes me a little bored. It's like nothing really happens.
Shrek's like, oh no, I make baby. The roll credits.
Basically, it's just weird. That whole movie is just weird. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, we've been kind of just like we've kind of been going through these topics faster than I had hoped. It's like, do y'all have anything that's happened over the month that you want to bring to attention?
Besides my never-ending. Oh, sorry.
I just honestly feel like, people are starting. And when I say starting, I feel like it's just only reaching the tipping point of starting to take coronavirus a little more seriously for those of us who can't get the vaccine.
Really?
So, I mean, that's at least good. Yeah.
I just-
in my area, at least.
I just feel like we stopped caring about it altogether. Like at this point, I can't really hope that it's gonna get better. I just hope that everyone gets vaccinated and we just learn to live with it. Because honestly, this Panera has just been eating away at me. It's been eating away at all of us, but just like with a global health pandemic and just the way the world is, it's just hard to function. Like existence feels like a chore. I don't mean to be a downer, but just like, dang.
Yeah. I just love how people are coming up with different names for the pandemic, like a panorama, a Panera,
Hey man, humor's a good way to cope. Just there's a time and a place. But I mean, hopefully things get better. I mean, at least we have some sort of medicine towards it. It's not an outright cure, but it's something.
Yep. To the point you can stay in a room with a few people without masks. That's kind of huge.
Yeah, just one day society goes back to normal. Maybe then I can actually find a job worth a damn. Working my dead end retail crap. But I mean, hey,
yeah, I want to find a more worth it job too, because Amazon's killing me.
Oh, I mean, I'm never working for Amazon. All I hear is horror stories.
It's as bad as people say.
I feel like it's as worse because there's just a thing circulating around the media that they have their workers pissing in bottles and shitting in bags. It's like, really?
Oh no, they do get mad at you for going to the bathroom. They do time you.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Oh no, I remember I walked in one day and I came back from break and they were like, "Can I have your name?" I'm like, "Oh, sure." My name, I gave them my name and they were like, no, I was going into work. I was just going into work. It wasn't from a break. I was going into work. And I was early cuz I show up early for all my jobs. But they were like, "Oh, you were a couple minutes late from your lunch break." I'm like, "This I wasn't on lunch."
I just got here.
I just got here. They're like, "Oh, wrong person." Yeah. They took me out. I was like, "So you were just gonna write me up for that?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh,
wow."
Okay.
That is actually bogus. And
No,
they're just
people are shit.
And they actually want to make a big deal about unionizing or paying a livable wage. Why?
Oh, how dare they? How dare they want to be treated like decent human beings? How dare I not want to stow 1,500 items in 5 hours and not stop moving because they don't give a fuck about my health?
Why the fuck are people so up in arms about $15 an hour anyways? Like, that's not even a livable wage. It's an improvement. Don't get me wrong.
Greed.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know the reason. It's still just fucking sad because, like, you can't live off $15 an hour anywhere. Like, even here in Michigan, where some rent in some certain cities is dirt cheap. Like, even if I worked full time at that pay rate, I could maybe barely afford a low rent apartment. But I certainly couldn't pay for any of my other expenses, which you have to take into account.
Yep.
And just I will never understand why people are just. I don't understand how people are so for a system that just exploits them. It's like the best lie that the government's ever told is convincing people that the problem about poor people is poor people. It's like, no, poor people are not the problem. Rich people are the problem.
Capitalism is the problem.
Yes. Because capitalism fucking sucks. I don't like feeling exploited and knowing that I couldn't work I couldn't have a livable wage. That's the reason I don't work full time. Because even if I did, it wouldn't matter. Because I still couldn't move out on that anyway. God, just
Fuck
That's true.
capitalism.
yeah.
I mean,
This.
like, even though I do freelance work and everything, it's still not enough to move out on my own or anything like that. Like, I literally spent the entire past 2 days filling out resumes and cover letters to apply to game companies, and I'm just like, literally, listen, I'm tired of all. It's just everybody. I want
Yeah,
to
no,
sleep.
I've just been applying to jobs like mad. I've been doing this for over a year and just nothing. I'm currently waiting on a new job. I pray to God that they call me back, but other than that, I've just been keeping looking. I actually got rejected from 2 jobs today, so that's always a nice blow to your confidence. And I know people keep saying, you know, it's the state of the world, it's not your fault, but at the same time it's like with each rejection it's just like, am I doing something wrong?
No. You're also there's just so many stupid things, and also people suck.
Yeah, it's just, you know, makes up 5 years of college seem real worth it.
God, to feel that.
Doesn't help that social media just feeds your mind all the worst things that you probably shouldn't be telling yourself.
I've barely gotten a single paying film job. I've done all my work for free, and people still want me to work for free.
Yeah, no. If you're good at something or passionate about something, kids, don't work for free. Exposure doesn't pay. Exposure and experience don't pay your bills.
Yep.
Like that's like unpaid internships is just like that's basically free labor. It's one of the reasons I didn't take an internship in college. That and I had to work. Cause I got offered internships, but they were all unpaid. It's like I have expenses. I'm paying a car note currently, so you know that's not gonna work.
Yeah, I fucking worked as a dishwasher.
Yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah, exactly. As I say, leads
And
into that.
and here we are now.
Yeah.
That's like the one good thing that came out of that job.
And dishwashing blue.
Yeah, no food. I'm never working food service again.
I don't want to do dishwashing. I came home and my hands were soaked every day, and I just felt like garbage.
Yeah, and once I get out of this retail job, I'm never doing retail again too.
Is it weird? I kind of want to go back to retail. After doing factory work at Amazon, I just hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh, jeez.
I would rather work at Target again.
Oof.
And Target
Honestly,
was
like,
stressful.
I
Yeah.
would much rather work at the record store.
I mean, that sounds relatively chill, at the very
I would
least.
love to work at a chill store if it would pay me well.
I mean, the thing is that like I got paid $7 an hour. And
$7.
Jesus.
That should be. That should literally just be criminal.
That is criminal. That's below minimum wage.
Yeah, I was living in New Jersey at the time, and this was during my senior year of college. Every time I would come back home, we would like have our shifts that we would have to do, and I was the one that opened, I was the one that closed, and I was there from 9 in the morning until 9 at night. But I would only get paid $7 an hour and still be on like college terms, and we would have to buy all our textbooks.
My
and some
God.
of those textbooks aren't cheap, as you know. So like I had jobs ranging in retail. I was a biology and psychology tutor, and I was also a cook and bartender during my senior year. So basically like holding down 2 jobs.
Hey, I mean, bartenders make good money at least, but yeah, that's bogus. By the way, college textbooks are a sham, just like ARG.
I barely touched mine, and the only reason why I even put up with it is because I could actually write it off on taxes. But,
The only reason I ever bought a textbook is when they attached those stupid online homework assignments onto it. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, or my favorite is like the teachers actually give a fuck about the textbook and make you like actually use it.
Exactly, but other than that, when it comes to getting college textbooks, ARG. That's all I'm saying is ARG.
Agreed.
Sail the 7 seas.
The thing you guys gotta understand is like not all bartending jobs are created equal. So like let's say you're working a really slow night, you're gonna get paid really shitty. Because I was both a cook and I was a bartender as well.
Oh yeah,
so,
it's a tip heavy job, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and like let's say like you get like a lot of the kids in on their finals, like after they've done their finals and everything like that. I remember making $500 in one night. It was simple, but then other nights you would get paid like maybe $50, not
Dang.
even. And it's very like dependent on how like how well you do if you smile at them. I had one client tell me, "Oh, you should smile more." I was like, "This is a stereotypical thing that I hear every woman get told by
Oh,
my clientele," and I'm just like, "Listen, I don't feel like fucking smiling at you right now."
yeah, just like I've been kind of been talking about this a lot, but just like I do hope one day that, you know, society improves and that women are treated more as equals. Fuck the patriarchy as well as
Yeah.
capitalism.
I literally had a guy tell me like, "Hey, if you want to be on set, just like don't act effeminate and like take off your queer pins and stuff because my director hates when
Wow.
people do
That's
that."
bullshit.
It's like he hates when men do that. I'm like, first of all, you see me as a man. Second of all, what?
Yeah, that's actually just
That's
wow.
straight up discrimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, you know,
No, I'm not working for you, especially if you're not paying me.
yeah, just like women and, you know, non-binaries go through so much crap because haha vagina, and that somehow, you know, invalidates all your skills, accomplishments, so on and so forth. It's just like, have we why are we still in this dark age level of thinking? Like, this is some straight up medieval shit.
It's like men have boobs too. Like, so do women. Get over it.
Everybody got boobies.
Yeah, it's like just because I'm flat doesn't make a difference to me.
Also, flat is
Exactly.
justice.
But yeah, I hope, I know this is kind of a tangent that's been a theme tonight, but I just hope that things improve in that front, because like I've been seeing a lot of stuff in like the gaming space where just, you know, the guys are at it again,
Yep.
because, you know, men.
My favorites at Sonic Fox just went. I don't even follow Sonic Fox, but they went to a tournament, and everybody had like national flags, and Sonic Fox had the trans flag, and people got so pissed.
People are always giving him shit, even though he could smoke any one of them in a set of three.
Yep.
Like that's the thing though. It's like I feel, what happened to just letting your skills speak for you?
Exactly.
Because I even watched this YouTube video. It was just like, you know, it was a panel about females in gaming, and a lot of the ladies on the panel, they were like commentators, really good players of their respective games, like, you know, managers. And I think one of them, I think it was the girl who said she was doing work for Cloud9. It's like she literally said like she got passed up for her team because, I mostly quote correctly, I don't remember word for word, but it's like they literally turned her down for a team because you're too skilled and would make some of the guys jealous. Like,
What in the actual fuck?
what
Big
kind of
oops.
reasoning is that? Like, maybe you should replace the dudes who aren't that good, especially if they're gonna have an ego about it.
Exactly. You know, weak links are weak links on a team,
Exactly.
especially if they're being a bunch of assholes.
But yeah,
Depends on
just
who people.
like that's just sort of stuff just doesn't have place in gaming or in life in general. Like,
Nope, it's not.
they just
about-
deserve better. We need to be better. But yeah, you know, like I said, fuck capitalism, fuck the patriarchy. Weed stomp out hate. I won't just say weed it out, like it actually has to be stomped out.
Yep.
And be gay, do crime. Always.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I covered everything I wanted to talk about. I feel better, honestly. This was well needed.
Same.
You guys
Yeah,
have
same.
any like closing comments or topics?
I just got into the anime Demon Slayer, and I'm addicted.
That's a lot of people have been getting into anime that don't normally watch it.
Yeah, so much so that I bought a Nezuko lamp, and I am very much excited about it. No, hashtag no judgment.
Well, here we go. There's no turning back.
There is.
I've
no
been
turning
watching more
back.
Gundam. I watched Gundam Narrative, and I watched Unicorn, which actually became my #1 next to 0080.
Really?
Oh,
Um,
nice.
It surprised me. I was originally gonna skip it, and I watched it. I'm like, this is the best Gundam story ever written.
I don't remember
This is-
caring about Unicorn that much.
Unicorn is amazing if you've watched the other series, because it's such a good payoff for literally 140 episodes of bullshit.
Well, that's probably why I never cared about it much.
Yeah, I don't get why people are like, oh, it's such a good starting point. No, it's not. There's so much continuity. You literally are going through 3 television series and a movie's worth of content that they draw references to. The main villain is literally the second coming of Shar.
My God.
You know, the guy who had a whole movie about him beforehand, and they mentioned that movie several times, including main events in the story that connect to it. Even characters that are connected to shit like Double Zeta are mentioned, and like, it's a really good wrap up to the Universal Century. But no, everybody's like, oh, I watched it at the beginning and it's the best. Like, wait, how? How did you get everything?
Yeah, I haven't even scratched the surface when it comes to Gundam, but it's like, I have the ones I like and the ones I don't.
G Gundam's amazing. That's all anybody needs to know.
Yes, that's my personal favorite, but that's just because I like mechs and dumb stuff. And mechs doing dumb stuff.
There's a tier list my friend made of Gundam where it's top and bottom is enjoyable and unenjoyable. On the left and right, it's the sides of wow, cool robot or war is bad.
I'm probably always gonna gravitate towards the wow, cool robot, because I mean war is bad, but it's just like I have dumb 8-year-old brain and like explosions.
I love both because like there'll be some days where I just want to cry over like a really good war drama, and then other days I'm like punch him harder.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why like G Gundam's my favorite, but I also love like 0080. Like Unicorn is really good because it's like perfect politics, perfect characters, perfect emotion, perfect animation, perfect music. Like every scene to me was good. Like I just wanted to keep going. Versus like Zeta Gundam, which is a lot of people's favorites. I fucking hated it, and I went through all 50 episodes, and it was bullshit.
I don't even think I finished Zeta.
Zeta is just a fucking slog. It's like there's some great moments, and then they'll like stop for 20 episodes to be like, "Women can't fight." I'm like, "Wait, what? What? What?"
Well, that's surprisingly on topic.
No, literally, they'll be like, "Women can't fight," and then they'll be like, "Gender's irrelevant," and then he's like, "Perhaps you're right," but also, wham, man. I'm like, "Wait, what? Why? Why are we talking about this? Why is this in Gundam? I hate this." They even make a joke about it in Double Zeta. Like, holy fuck. Fuck off, Zeta Gundam. Why do people love this one so much? Because most of the characters die? You mean the ones that are all a bunch of fucking assholes?
Hey, you know, fun fact with your writing, a character death isn't just... There's more ways to just, you know, make things suspenseful without killing off characters. I should know...
I'm almost bawling watching Unicorn. Fuck off. Sorry, didn't mean to...
I don't know, it's like, I feel like whenever people just need to, like, raise stakes or garner attention, it's just like, kill off this character, which is funny because I watch Ruby, and that's a dumpster fire in itself. It's just like, yes, except no, like, stop killing off these characters. 1, it's old, and 2, my heart can't take it.
I feel like that's the joy of being a writer. Sometimes I feel like they're in the writers' room, be like, "How can we piss off people next?"
I'm gonna have to get into a rant about Ruby one day, but I need like-minded individuals for that.
Speaking of character deaths, my favorite is literally the next film that takes place out of Unicorns called Narrative, and Narrative was the most mediocre, boring thing I've seen out of this franchise. And literally, by the time I finished, I said, "Wait a minute, the plot of this movie is literally suicide is badass."
Like, what?
I'm not kidding.
What?
The main characters at the end are like, "I know how to stop the villain. Let's kill ourselves."
Huh?
So we can become new type, like, energy and stop him, and it's so dumb and so stupid. And I'm like, this undermines everything that Gundam was about in its super serious stuff. Like, holy fuck.
Yikes.
The movie
That's
itself
just...
isn't bad, it's just that ending is so stupid, and, like, it's squeezing that Unicorn money out, because, like, Unicorn is, like, SS plus God tier, and, like, they just had to try to find a way to make, like, it's like the whole write that down meme from SpongeBob, but worse.
Oh man, just there's so much fucking Gundam. I don't know how you have watched so much of it.
So far, I've done over 200 episodes worth and a bunch of movies. And after this call, I'm gonna go watch Formula 91.
My God.
And I'm getting ready for the Hathaway trilogy, and that's not even mentioning the mangas and the books and the spin-offs.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like...
basically, you've just said, like, I volunteer as tribute to this season.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, no, like, I wanted, when I get obsessed with a show, I want to watch everything, so, like, I can watch the bad stuff to appreciate the good stuff. I've watched literally everything with Dragon Ball, too. It's like, see, for every horrible, like, harassment joke, there's some really good stuff.
And then there's GT.
And then there's come on, GT's not that bad. There's some parts in it that are downright awful, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, like
But,
the entirety of Super 17.
Super 17 is a travesty to human writing.
Thank you.
And No, everyone knows the best part is Omega Shenron, but
I like Baby the best, but
Baby I like for the lore, but Omega Shenron had like the coolest moments.
I guess I just wish like there were better. You had 7 shadow dragons. Only 3 of them were anything remotely cool or threatening.
Yep, Ace, Nova, and Omega.
Sin/Omega.
Sin/Omega. Ace and Nova are like should have been like the only 2 that Goku fought because like everybody else does suck.
Oh yeah, you know GT also stands for Goku time.
Yep.
Because I mean,
Listen,
those
as
other.
not a fan of DBZ, I have to like strongly say I am way over my head with this conversation.
Don't watch GT.
Don't watch
They
GT.
made it non-canon for a reason. That's all we really have to say.
Like if you want to watch GT, watch some of the better moments from it, like the birth of Super Saiyan 4 or like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or like
You know, the best thing to come out of that series.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fucks, and I will not hear anybody blaspheme his name. He's amazing. I'm so glad he's in Fighters.
Yeah. But yeah, don't watch GT. I wouldn't even say watch. I'd say like don't watch some parts of Super 2.
Super, you can literally start 27 episodes in, then skip a bunch of shit, and then go to the end.
Yeah.
Super is also a mess. It's not as much of a mess as GT, but holy fuck. I watched it every week when it premiered in Japan, and it was painful.
Dang. But
Watching the Resurrect... Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say if you are gonna watch something from Super, watch the Broly movie.
So good. It's the best Dragon Ball movie ever made.
Interesting. Okay.
As someone who's watched every single Dragon Ball movie and every special, including Goku's traffic safety and fire safety.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah,
What?
those exist. Educational taste for children.
Seriously?
And the
Oh my
Telebiko game, which involves Goku calling you on the phone and you have to answer trivia questions.
Your knowledge of Dragon Ball stuff scares me sometimes, like,
scares
actually.
my roommate, too. My roommate doesn't fuck with Dragon Ball at all, but, like, he knows if, like, he wants to know anything, he'll literally ask me about it.
Like, I've watched all the DB movies, too. That's how I know most of them are bad, but still.
Most of them are bad, but, I agree with that statement. But, like... Bro, yeah, honestly, if you want any place to keep up with Dragon Ball right now, just watch Super Broly. Like, you don't even have to have that much of a backstory on the series to get it, and it's really good.
You could watch the original Broly for some context.
No! No, old Broly suck.
Yeah, Jules hates the original Broly.
I hate all the Broly movies for their own reasons.
Like, you can't blame them. You can't blame them, but
TLDR,
like...
TLDR. Original Broly. Goku's out of character. The movie's so fucking long, and nothing really happens in the last 20 minutes where it's just a bunch of screaming, fighting, stupid bullshit, and Goku pulls another move out of his ass that's super lame. Broly's Second Coming is a complete waste of time. Stupid, horrible, dummy, dumb.
I feel like
Bio
Second
Broly,
Coming could have been good.
It could have been good, but it's so boring, and nothing happens. And then Bio Broly happens. So then everybody snorted coke and said, let's just throw a bunch of literal crap on Broly. And then they did, and it sucks, and I hate it, and it's bad, and it's the worst Dragon Ball movie. God, I hate those movies.
Does somebody need a cup of tea and a hug?
Please, I hate old Broly.
Just with old Broly can't hurt you anymore, unless you play
Broly is
fighters, in
amazing.
which case he's broken.
Yeah, and then I can get new Broly to kick his ass.
But we have new Broly now. It's fine.
And
It's
Dragon Ball Super
okay.
Broly is, as I've said, the best Dragon Ball movie.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
No, I don't like Big Bang. Gross.
I think.
Don't bring in more things I hate, please.
What do you hate?
Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
I'm
Eh.
just gonna stay over here.
It exists to me. That's the best I can put. But yeah, I think
I
that's
just
a
like
good.
Sheldon.
I think that's a good point to end off as anything. But thank you guys for joining me as always. I had fun. This was very much well needed. I know we
Join me
didn't
next
have
time
like
we're
a.
taking-
I know we didn't stick to a specific topic this time around. We'll probably change that come April. But it's just like, it was chill. It was chill, and we hung out with good company, and that's really was the goal here. So, mission accomplished.
Join me next
Yay.
time where I take a buzzsaw to Broly.
I don't know if you'll be able to cut through like 10 pounds of beef, but okay.
Oh no, I'm taking a buzzsaw to the DVD.
Oh, that works. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me as always. I'll be sure to well, I've actually started uploading these podcasts to both my YouTube and I have an Anchor now. I'll have to well, let me dig those out because I gotta get better at shilling myself, don't you know? But yeah, this will be up on both my YouTube and my Anchor. Check that out if you want to see it. I'll also be putting links to my co-hosts here, links to their stuff, which you should also check out because they're great. And other than that, thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. If you liked what you saw, you can always follow, keep up with the channel. I got my socials there if you want to see the best way for you to see when I go live. And yeah, I'll see y'all sometime later this week. Take care of
Have a good
yourselves.
night, everybody.
Have a good night, you guys. Thanks so much.